But no question of a defensive outlook, with Barry Wilson operating between midfield and attack in support of the front two, David Xausa, and one of the players of the season so far, David Fernandez, and that boy Lovell is the skipper. 4 changes to the Celtic team. Momo Sylla and Steve Guppy started for the first time, and there were recalls for Tom Boyd and Jackie McNamara. Peta's injured, no Moravchik or Agat, and Tebily started on the bench. Chris Sutton deputising again for Valharan in defence, with John Hartson partnering Henrik Larsson up front. The referee for Livingston against Celtic was Hugh Dallas, and a big day in prospect for Jim Leishman and Davy Hay. The best of the match now with John Barnes.
Well, it's Livingston who get things underway. The first meeting of these sides in league duty. Never met before, but the only match which really acquaints Livingston and Celtic was that Celtic did win a Scottish Cup 4th round tie with the old Meadowbank Thistle. That was in 1995. 3-0 to Celtic that day, and it was Meadowbank's last ever Scottish Cup tie before becoming Livingston. There's Mjallby with a header to Larsson, wide looking for McNamara. Martin O'Neill, first visit to Almondvale in competitive action for him. Jackie McNamara stepping forward as Lennon, finding Guppy, finding the space for the cross. Hartson's there, and the free kick has been given against John Hartson. Good wing play though from Guppy. This is what he's good at, finding the space for the cross. And well, there didn't seem too much in that, but I think the flag was up for offside in any case against John Hartson. Fernandez going for the return, and he does well. Almost getting Xausa away. Mjallby got there first. Knock it back to Robert Douglas. And I think Mjallby has suffered an injury in the challenge with Xausa. Andrews again showing his aerial strength there, not only winning the first ball, but making sure he can go 15 yards and win the second. And Xausa almost getting through, apart from that interception from Mjallby. And Olivier Tebily is getting ready to come into the action, and now Mjallby will come off after suffering that injury in the challenge with Xausa, and Olivier Tebily is into the action. Good save again by Broto, under pressure there. There we go, Livingston, and Fernandez just pulling it wide there. There's a fine ball through. Fernandez got away from Tebily, and it ended just wide of the post. It was Bingham who created the opening, and Fernandez almost punishing the Celtic defence. Livingston fans must be quite content with the way things are developing so far. Andrews again, getting there first. Here's McNamara, looking to link with Larsson. Comes off Andrews, now Guppy. Blocked away by Michael Hart, and McNamara setting this up. Larsson teeing it up for Guppy, and the block coming off Michael Hart. There's Lovell, and there's Bingham. Chris Sutton's there too. Good play from Quino. A through pass looking for Wilson, and it was read well by Momo Sylla, who backtracked there, tied it up for Celtic. It's beginning to flow now from end to end. Rubio keeping a close eye on Henrik Larsson. Coats are on as the rain's coming down. Still Jim Leishman issues instructions. Knocked out by McNamara. Paul Lambert tries to get Celtic moving with Larsson. Good pass wide for almost Sylla. Showing too much of the ball to Gary Bollan, but Sylla again gets away from him. Knocked out by Rubio. There's Guppy. And shielded all the way by Marvin Andrews, away from John Hartson. And almost Sylla getting away from his former St Johnstone teammate Gary Bollan to get that cross in. And again it was Rubio who made the clearance. Sutton away to McNamara. And Hartson. Quino got there first ahead of Lambert. Quino again. Seeing a lot of the ball in that midfield area. Getting into trouble this time. Guppy's pass is into no man's land. Picked up by Bingham. Couldn't find Fernandez because Jackie McNamara stretched and won it, and now Larsson through for Hartson. And what a tackle that was from Marvin Andrews. Well, Hartson looked undecided as what he wanted to do here. He had no real support, and Larsson was trying to get forward, but Marvin Andrews was there again. Lennon to McNamara. Bollan for Hartson. Now Sylla. Good ball in. And it was Stuart Lovell who got back to concede the corner. The interception from Lovell. Lovell to Fernandez. The Livingston playmaker Fernandez. That's it out to Wilson. And helps out Tom Boyd. Don't get it too far clear. Here's Michael Hart. Wilson with the cross. Bingham with a header. And David Bingham certainly bringing the Livy fans to their feet. As Wilson swung that in, Bingham got the header in, but he couldn't get it on target. But it was well created again by the home side. David Bingham would have hoped to have got it down a little bit lower, but that will have given Davy Hay and Jim Leishman some confidence. Larsson off for Lambert. Neat pass from Paul Lambert to Sylla. Wasn't expecting the return there, but keeps it moving to Guppy. No Lennon again. And McNamara. From movement ahead of him comes from Sylla. David Bingham read it all the way. There's Lennon. And now Sylla once more. There's Larsson with a glancing header. And Broto was well positioned. First real chance for Henrik Larsson, created by Sylla. Did come off Rubio as well, en route to Broto. Rubio's header away. Returned by Sutton. Hart knocks it out. Comes off Lovell. Falling for Momo Sylla. And Gary Bollan did well to get in there too. Bingham going into the challenge with Paul Lambert. He's won a free kick as well, taken quickly. Bingham to Lovell. Now it's Quino. He's off balance there as he tried to swing in that one. Francisco Quino. Comes, and a good pass releases Henrik Larsson. Support is arriving. Here's Guppy. Teasing Michael Hart. Fine cross. There's Hartson. Can't get the better of Andrews. Now Sylla. And away by Gary Bollan. Livingston away on the throw. To the disgust of Tom Boyd. O'Neill maybe contemplating one or two changes to try and get the elusive goal. McNamara trying to put it through. It's not through by Bollan. Here's Hartson. Now Larsson. Looking for Hartson again. And taken away by Marvin Andrews. Now Sylla. Cross comes off the heel of Bollan. Down goes Lambert. The challenge with Bingham. Some Celtic fans were on their feet, half-heartedly appealing for the penalty. There was a tackle from Bingham. Wasn't a clean one though. There's Fernandez. Wide is Wilson. Xausa's at the back post. Wilson may try to do it alone. Breaks though for Neil Lennon, who takes the sting out of that Livingston attack. Xausa and Tebily. And Tebily judged to be doing a bit of holding. And Livingston have the free kick. Wilson tries it in low, took by Lennon. There's a pass to Michael Hart. Now Fernandez. Thompson, Andrews can't get there. Breaks for Wilson, trying to chip. Well, for a moment the Livingston fans thought Barry Wilson was going to open the scoring for them. Andrews again causing problems, and Wilson with the delicate effort, just too high. Quino to Fernandez. Lovell through for Xausa. Michael Hart has pushed forward on the right hand side. There's Hart. Now Bingham. Took through for Lowndes. Nathan Lowndes lays it all for Gary Bollan. Dummy by Fernandez. Allows it to run to Xausa. Good possession from Livingston. Waiting for the opening. Good pass this time though by Fernandez. Allowed Thompson to intercept. Livingston get it back. Here's Lowndes. Michael Hart. This is for Quino. Back for Stuart Lovell. Looking for the angle for the shot. He did well. He brought out a fine save from Robert Douglas. Well, he sized up the situation. He had to go round the referee and a Celtic player to get the shot in. He did well to curl it in there. Fine save by Douglas. McNamara through for Larsson. Bollan knocks it out. And the Celtic player's down injured. The far side assistant has spotted it. Someone could be in trouble here. And Roddy Cobb telling Hugh Dallas exactly what went on. Mr. Dallas just explained to Broto and Lambert that he'll deal with the situation. Doesn't need their assistance. Does require that of Roddy Cobb though. Well, it could be Gary Bollan who was involved. There was the pass through from Larsson, and Bollan made the clearance, and well, there didn't seem to be too much there. A red card for Gary Bollan, and a penalty has been given to Celtic. There was the clearance, and I have to say, well, he did drag the leg back the way and make contact with McNamara. That was seen as deliberate by the assistant referee, and Gary Bollan sees red with 15 minutes remaining of this match. There's the scratches on the side of the leg of Jackie McNamara where the contact was made. So a big task for Javier Sanchez Broto against Henrik Larsson. Larsson scored 9 from the penalty last season, and he's not got off the mark from the penalty spot this term. Great save by Broto. He spread himself well, and fortune favoured him as it came off his left boot and clear. And Broto's there again. Well, he was a hero against Rangers. He was a hero on the first day of the season against Hearts. And is he going to be the hero of Livingston again this afternoon, denying Henrik Larsson? Well, signs of "we're not worthy" coming from the Livingston fans. An appreciation of that save from their goalkeeper. There's Hartson. Brian Andrews with the challenge. And what a game Marvin Andrews has had again. Lambert finding Thompson. And again it's Andrews with the outstretched leg. Gets in there first. Thompson to Boyd. Tom Boyd. And no connection from a Celtic player. Sylla has a chance again to put it in the box. Breaks off Bingham. Here's Lennon. Hartson's up in the jump and knocked away by Rubio. Anxiety in the face of Martin O'Neill. Tosh urged to go forward by his manager, who's only yards away from him there as he went past him. He's going for the corner. Won't get it though. The final whistle sounds, and it's the Livingston manager who's the happier as he shakes hands with John Robertson and Martin O'Neill. Jim Leishman will be pleased to know that they've done the Old Firm double. 2 goalless draws, and Javier Sanchez Broto, again the Livingston hero, with that terrific penalty save from Henrik Larsson. Marvin Andrews and the rest of his defensive colleagues again held Henrik Larsson and John Hartson at bay. And the best strike, as far as Livingston were concerned, was a David Fernandez effort, which just went wide of Robert Douglas's goal. But it's miles all round for the Livingston players and their supporters. At Almondvale, it finished Livingston 0, Celtic 0.